50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and together with my friend Sam Garlep, we're reading every chapter of my Harry Potter fanfiction from when I was 13. This is book 4 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Phantom Farter. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlep is here. Sup, boss?
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway,
is that Star Wars?
it's a funeral procession.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
And guys, welcome to me.
Over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Thank you to all our Patreonuses. We do about 10 to 15 minutes bonus each week. I said it on the Patreon. I'll say it here. This week's was the best we've ever done.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And I guess what I'm really saying RIP to is last week's episode.
Oh, yeah, we should
Never
talk about
came out.
Yeah. So first of all, huge apologies to everyone that we missed an episode last week.
Not from me. I feel I have nothing to apologize for. I told Mike in advance I will not be able to record that week. And I said, look, what a great opportunity for all these guests we've wanted to get. You get Jackie back on, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Alex Dyson, who doesn't live in this building anymore.
But,
no.
I think
Liam Stapleton.
True.
Him back.
Here's the thing. I got so busy with my busy life, and you were just gone. It was like you invisibility cloaked and apparated out of here.
Well, I did. I apparated to Adelaide.
Yeah.
And I was in Adelaide.
I think what happened is, in my own mind, I said, take a week off this week. But what I didn't do was communicate that to anyone, including the listeners of the show.
I've seen some angry comments disappointing comments online.
I mean, ironically, I didn't see a single person be like, hey, where's the pod?
Yeah, someone commented on Instagram, being like, no episode this week, sad face.
Yeah, well.
So thank you.
You'll be glad to know that Sam and I did not have a falling out. We did not have any kind of...
Oh, yeah, and I tried to take over the podcast.
Yeah, we didn't have anything like that. You know, Hamish and Andy don't ever go like, we just didn't do one last week. But that's what sets us apart from them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I had an idea for... You could never be a part of it. No, as in like... Of, I don't know. The Hamish and Andy podcast in 20 years. And it's just, you know... Well, Kit Kat, come to the Hamish and Andy coffee Nestle coffee podcast and there's all the sponsors, because I feel like it's getting a bit over. It's getting a bit oversaturated with sponsors.
On the pod.
Oh, just like everything's a brand. It's sorry, this is not a criticism. I love it. I love the podcast, but I'm like, oh yeah, there's just more and more brands are getting in there. And
I guess I've noticed that.
And well, something that sets them apart in a good way is that when they do a live or an ad for it, something, it's actually entertaining.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, because sometimes I'm like, oh wait, is this a new bit or is this the ad? And then you go, oh, it's an ad.
Right.
So I'm just thinking it'll be funny down the line of like, you're like, oh, this is a bit, and then they go, oh no, it's an ad for Aussie broadband.
Yeah.
Anyway, you probably don't want to comment.
No.
Anyway, that was just...
So we didn't do an episode last week.
We didn't do an episode last week, so you can cut that out.
I'll keep that in. That's fine.
No, it's just a thought. I want to flesh it out later.
Well, I think one thing that happened was, and we talked about this a bit on the Patreonus, which did lead us into the core of the Patreonus, which was a mind quarrel that I brought to you, which is the new name that we have for... what was it? Brain teasers?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a mind quarry.
You thought it was a mind quarry. I said mind quarrel. It's a thought experiment, so go to the Patreon to hear our thought experiment on death. But Bella was the one who actually brought that to me, because I bumped into Bella, fan of the show and Patreonus before. She's down for Comedy Festival. And Bella also said to me, because she was like, I missed the episode last week. Where was it? And I said, sorry. And then she said, you know what? I'm just going to go out and say something controversial, and you won't believe what she said. I don't know if you'll like it.
Was it about 9/11?
No, it wasn't actually.
Well, that's not what she said to me.
She actually said, you know what? I don't think I want an episode without Sam anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. So remember Yeet Master who hated you and wanted us to get Lewis Spears? Sorry, Lewis.
Yeah.
Your time's up.
Is Yeet Master still around?
I don't know.
Hit us up, Yeet Master.
Yeah, Yeet Master, shoot an email through.
And we'll read it out on that Owl post that we're doing.
I did get an email as well from Michael Robinson, who created the what appears to be defunct Harry Potter wiki.
No, the wiki's still there. It'll always exist, and we do encourage additions.
Yeah, add mine query to the wiki.
Yeah.
I went on the wiki the other day to check if there'd been any updates, which there hadn't. But the wiki is so funny. Like, I just love how there's a page on the wiki for Dinesh, and I was just reading the Dinesh page, and it's just like Dinesh went back to Iran for his cousin's funeral and never answered calls from the boys again.
Well,
I just thought that was so funny.
That's great. That's great, and that's a good refresher for us.
Yeah,
What has happened in this?
Crazy
old book.
That's it, because we don't really know. But yeah. Now,
I'll just say.
Oh yeah.
I missed the episode because I was in Adelaide.
Yep, doing the Fringe.
And I did have some, at least one Harry Potter and the Boys listener.
You did not.
Come along.
Who?
They said that you sent them.
Oh.
Or maybe you just told them about it.
Who was it?
You know.
Do you not know their name?
I've forgotten their name. It's
man or
escaping
woman?
me.
Man or woman?
Well, there's a group of them. I remember Ashton was the girl who I spoke to her during the show.
Oh.
But then she was with this other guy who said he listens and says that you sent him.
Oh.
Or you maybe just suggested.
I haven't sent anyone, but I did say, I have said on the show, you
maybe that's it.
Say,
maybe
go
that's
see
it.
Sam's show.
But I remember that he said something about Harry Potter and the Boys, and I was like, great, thank you so much. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the bloody episode this week. We'll see what, I'm not even there, so we'll see when it comes out. And
I don't like doing them without you anymore.
Thanks, man.
I think you're more of the pod than me at this stage. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can have it if you want.
Okay, great.
You can have the IP. You can phone it. Yeah,
that's on the record. That's on the record. And we should get some guests on.
Yeah, we probably should. Now, Sam, have you noticed I've been posting memes again on the HPATV Insta? Yeah, how's that?
Really great. I think yes. Was there a cropping issue with the nice Vernon one?
Yes, I noticed.
So I did notice you posted it, but you posted a meme without like a punchline, and I was like, "Oh, what is going on?"
This is how old I am now. Instagram, like I thought Instagram was all square photos. Now it's like they're not square photos.
No, they really screwed everyone up.
Yes, because guys. Did people comment on that?
I thought that's weird, and then I went to say, "Did someone comment?" And then someone just said, "No ep this week." So, I mean, it's noticeable because you go, what is that? I think, because Instagram a couple months ago, they changed their, you go to your grid on your...
It's not square anymore.
Yeah.
It's barely a grid.
Oh my God. And all the people, people do those like really carefully curated grids where they post 9 things. It's all one thing.
Yep.
And they just
see you later.
Yep. They could have, look, maybe they did say, I wouldn't have ignored it if they did, but hey, everyone, in like a month, we're not going to do square anymore.
Yeah, they didn't give anyone a heads up.
It was just like, update, oh, my profile looks like shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I hate that. Well, I'll try and fix that, but no promises.
But I don't think that was what happened with you. I think you just didn't see that you hadn't.
I'm going to put some memes up.
Yeah.
See how they go.
Yeah, but... And for some of it, I was like, oh yeah, but then I was like, I can't see what this is meant to be.
Okay, sorry. I don't use Instagram anymore. I don't have the app. So
You're posting it from
browser.
From
I'm just scheduling them to go up on browser.
You're on Safari.
Nah, Chrome.
No, you're on Firefox.
No,
Mozilla
Chrome.
Firefox.
No, Chrome. Chrome.
You're on Internet Explorer.
You know what I've realized? I think I've said this on the pod before, but like, because we listen to the audiobooks every night of Harry Potter to fall asleep.
Same.
Yeah. And
sorry, when you said we, Mike means me and him.
Yeah.
Which is technically true.
No, I mean me and my partner, who I love. Sorry, man. But in Half-Blood Prince, which I think I said this exact same thing, and it must have been like at least 2 years ago, because that's how long it's taken us to get back to Half-Blood Prince. There's like, because Harry needs to do all these meetings with Dumbledore where he goes and like views all the memories from Voldemort's past. Yes. Remember that? Yeah.
And we're up to aren't we doing a similar thing at the moment in our book?
Yeah, that happened in the last chapter from not last week, but the week before. Yeah. But in Half-Blood Prince, like, I think like J.K. Rowling really dropped the ball and like, how do I get Harry to Dumbledore's office, right? Because like there's literally a scene, and it's so bad writing, where Ginny just walks into the Great Hall with a piece of paper and says, Harry, I'm supposed to give you this. And Harry opens it and it's just Dumbledore's written, Harry, please meet me in my office. And I'm like, does that? And then my brain just goes, so did Ginny like bump into Dumbledore and he goes, oh, Ginny, give this to Harry? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why can't Dumbledore go, just go, you know what, I'm going to go down to the office. Yeah. Like, go, where's Harry? He's in the Great Hall probably. I'll go check the Great Hall.
Harry, hey, let's do another lesson tonight.
Come. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It does be like Dumbledore, I guess he's just walking the halls.
Just pottering around.
Students, yes, hello. Oh, what's going on? What do you got? What class is this?
Just poking my head in.
Divination. Yes. Yeah.
But it's like, imagine if Dumbledore's like, oh, Mr. Malfoy, if you see Mr. Potter, can you give him this note for me? like
he's
trust that it'll get to Harry.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
or is he like,
weird.
I guess he's like, Ginny, just wait there a second, and then gets out a piece of paper, writes down, Harry, come to my office. You going to see Harry? You going to see Harry today?
No, I mean, I'm going to the Great Hall for brekkie.
So he might be there. I'll make sure you find him. Well, what if you just, why don't you just, send him an owl.
Yeah, I know. Just send an owl down the fucking hall.
That's
not hard.
It doesn't even owl in his office or something. Like,
that's a phoenix. But he might have an owl. Like, maybe he's just got an owl for express post.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Now,
there's
Sam,
surely an easier way to communicate in Hogwarts.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
Thursday, does your show start at the Comedy Fest or Wednesday?
No.
What?
Those are wrong. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, I think it does.
No.
So next week your show doesn't start.
Well, it does, but I'm doing the Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, you're not starting on Thursday?
I'm doing. This is a bit of a crazy. I'm doing
this
Saturday.
Is a bit of a mind quarry.
It is for you. Guys, if you'd like to come and see me at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, my show starts on Saturday, April the 5th. I'm on the 5th and the 6th of April, doing some earlier shows, a 5 p.m. and a 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Awesome. Cool.
And then I do a little bit of a break, and then I'm back on Wednesday the 16th, I think.
Nice.
I'm doing
Grab
16th
your
to
tickets
20th. So I'm doing 7 shows.
Show. And me and Sam, I've done some... I chucked in a couple one-liners.
You've helped a lot,
and there's some Harry Potter content in there. So really, it's both of our shows,
yes.
which is why
that's right.
The same way Sam takes 50% of the Patreon, I'm going to take 50% of the tickets,
right.
and
and you'll also be pitching in 50% of the registration fee, the venue hire.
No, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Who bought these microphones?
No, that's true. But no, just did the show in Adelaide. Yeah, lots of fun.
Nice.
Lots of laughs and lots of bits that Mike you've helped me with, a few lines from you that got a few titters.
Ooh.
In the audience.
Interesting choice of word. Is a titter a laugh, or is it like they flash their tits?
It's just the one.
I do. They flash a tit.
Yeah. Just to let me know they thought that was funny.
Yeah. The universal sign of
I find this funny is
yeah. Well, let's get on to the double F if you don't mind.
No, let's do it. I mean, I don't think I've got much more. I mean, there's a little bit. I was speaking to someone in Adelaide. I also had another listener who had come to our live podcast and came to my show.
Yeah.
In Adelaide, which was nice.
Do you remember their name?
Yeah, it was Red.
Oh, okay.
I've known Red since I was like 5.
Simons or?
Yeah, it was Red Simons.
Oh, okay.
And I've known him since I was 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I was on
Hey, it's Saturday.
Saturday.
Do you reckon anyone who listens to this knows Red Simons? Probably.
Yeah. I walked out. I started singing. On the good ship. And then I just got the gong straight away.
Oh, God damn it.
Was the gong good or bad?
The gong's bad. It means your time's up. This is a show that was on Australian TV even before we were born, but we've seen bits of it. Sam, last week we didn't do an episode, but the week before that we delved into the memories of a fart that Dimmy was talking to in Fartsultung, and we believe we saw a glimpse of the founders of Hogwarts in medieval times. A young Godric Gryffindor, a young Salazar Slytherin, and the rest together doing stuff. But Sam, we pick up back to the main action of the book with chapter 20 this week. And Sam, the title of the chapter this week is...
Is that how we do it?
So we usually start like that. Yeah.
The title of the chapter is Chapter 20, The Eye and the Turban. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Yes, the eye and the turban. Now, to me, the turban, that just makes me think of Professor Quirrell.
Yep. And he was mentioned, was there a turban mentioned a few... Wasn't Derrick in the office and he saw a photo of a guy in a turban or something?
Possibly. Yeah.
Well,
it was so long ago now.
Yeah, true. All right, well, let's pick up. Let's see where we get.
So relaxing this year, isn't it? Said Michael, looking at the other boys, just not being involved. The boys all agreed. Derrick being the center of attention for this book was perfect for them. They really didn't have to worry about anything. Every time Mr. Charger came near them, Blayde Lockhart would simply come to their aid with a zinger of a gag.
Oh,
I love that. He'd come to their aid not by like getting rid of him, but just like, good little kind of joke.
Little comeback.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a zinger. It kind of, whilst it also breaks the tension, it also kind of puts that person in their place.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do have to,
employ that.
Put someone in their place if they're being rude or
that's something that we're
a bit jealous or something like that.
Yes,
we talked about that on the $10,000 Patreon
we sure
tier.
Did.
But
it's also something it's a careful thing to employ in crowd work in a comedy festival show, which you might come and see. If
someone's being disrespectful to you while you're on stage,
you've got to shut them. Sometimes you have to shut them down, but you can't be too.
There's a fine balance.
You can't be like, "Hey, shut up!"
Yeah, shut up. It's my turn to talk.
Which is what I want to say.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, hey,
and you also can't be needy. Like you can't be like, mate, can you please stop talking? Please,
because sometimes it's funny. It is actually like when the crowd talks.
Right. Okay.
But when it's the right time.
In favor of you.
In favor of me. Also not just to each other. I actually think that is worse than heckling is when people just talk to each other.
Just talking like about anything. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's like, what's going on over here?
Yeah. Guys, we're at a show.
Am I not enough?
Yeah.
I had a baby came to my show.
Oh, by themselves?
I think so. They just kind of crawled up.
Did you Arj Barker that?
I really wanted to. I mentioned Arj Barker, obviously.
Nice. Did the baby make noise?
A couple of times, but it was kind of getting great. It was it laughed at the right times. I got at the guitar. I was dancing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You asked, what do you do for a living? It said, I'm a baby, and the crowd loves that. The crowd would go wild. Done that. Yeah.
But I kind of was like, let's just not address it and all.
Yeah, nice, man.
It shit itself in them,
yeah, but everyone's done that at a comedy show.
Yeah.
I did that at Will Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave. Just
quietly. Well, but there's that bit there where he encourages people to
shit themselves.
Which is weird.
But that's what he does. He's very meta, subversive comedy. So
you kind of just did what you were asked.
Yeah, that's it.
Go and see Will Anderson's show, by the way. Yeah, it'll blow you away.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh, you boys again. I hate you all so much, idiots, Mr. Charger said to them one afternoon as they sat on the humping hillow.
Can I just say, like, have you found maybe in this book that the author has like introduced so many characters across the book that some characters don't really seem to have like a place? Like, because I think the thing that the author might have been grappling with is that there is no reason that Mr. Charger would be back at the school after everything he's done, right?
Yeah.
But the author has to find a way to bring him back. But it doesn't even seem like he's very relevant to the plot.
No, it feels like he's not, and it feels like. But at the start, you've gone. I'll be funny if Mr. Charger does come back again.
Yeah. And then you're like, what do we do with him?
We haven't really heard from him in a while.
Yeah. It's like you're writing a soap opera and there's just one character who is just not working, but they're on a contract. So you just have to write, and that's happened. We've all been there.
Yeah,
we've all written a soapy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we've all been Blair on Neighbours.
Is Blair a character on Neighbours?
No, Blair was on Big Brother and then he did get a job.
Blair McDonough.
Yeah, then he was on Neighbours.
Yes, he was
a policeman.
Yeah, Stuart Parker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really well done.
And he had a brother, Ned Parker.
Oh, maybe his other brother was my friend Sweeney, who was on the show, and his name was Riley Parker.
Quite possible.
And then he was on there for 184 episodes, and then he's
584.
184.
Oh, 184.
And then he's which is like 2 weeks, I think, in Navy. and then his character left to become a war photographer in Afghanistan.
Wow.
And we never heard of him again.
And that's how you write a character out of a show.
Yeah.
Like not, I've got a job in the next suburbs.
Yeah.
I'm moving out of Ramsey Street. No, I'm moving to Afghanistan to become a photographer.
My favorite, Mel, my girlfriend Mel,
yeah,
who's a doctor, she goes, I've got a new guy I'm working with. I realized, I think he was on Neighbours.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, do you remember this character? I was like, Declan.
Oh, Declan.
Yeah.
But there were 2 Declans, remember? The first Declan left to join the military, as in the actor left, so they recast him thinking no one would notice. Which Declan?
And I think it was the second one, because then the character of Declan left. I'm like, she's like, do you remember? I'm like, yeah, it was Declan and Didge was his
Didge.
either girlfriend or sister.
No, it was his girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. And Declan left to he got a basketball scholarship in Canberra with Andrew Gaze.
What?
And he had to leave the show. And that was his character.
Was also the actor was also in Silver Sun, a kids sci-fi show.
Oh,
do you remember Silver Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, good show.
Wow.
Good show. Now, crazy.
Anyway, he's a doctor now.
Oh, as in Declan's actor is a doctor?
Yeah.
Because my brother used to work with Zeke. Do you remember Zeke?
Oh, do I remember Zeke?
Yeah.
Hello.
Zeke was the reception. Zeke, the actor of Zeke, was like the receptionist at his work or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because
Neighbours, where are they now?
Because then Zeke's sister was Rachel, aka
Caitlin Stacey, who is pretty big actor now.
Yeah.
Like, she was in Smile and she was in Tomorrow When the War Began.
I really wish they continued Tomorrow When the War Began.
Oh, Claire loves that.
Oh my God, I'm so annoyed because I think they actually casted it really well.
Really?
And then they
remade it, didn't they?
Yeah, but they should have done that movie. They should have continued the 7 movies.
Yeah. But that's
which is a lot.
It's like an Australian movie does not have the budget of Harry Potter.
And the person who was in, and one of the actor that played the character Fiona in Tomorrow When the War Began, she then was the mum in Boy Swallows Universe.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And that's a little walk through down Ramsey Street.
We've talked so long that the iPad shut down.
Have you did we talk about this? No, I think I did it in a radio bit that I was doing once where I was talking about why would anyone move to Ramsey Street? And you helped me brainstorm it where it was like, so for anyone not from Australia, Ramsey Street is like the street that everyone in Neighbours lives on.
It's called a street, despite the fact it's a court.
Yes,
cul-de-sac.
And also, it just seems like no one in Ramsey Street has any friends or family that don't live on Ramsey Street. Like it's a very incestuous street. And every 6 months, someone dies, or there's a fire, or there's a bomb, or there's a drowning, something happens. And you're just like, who's moving to this street?
Yeah, the house prices must be down.
So cheap because of the murderous nature of the street.
Why is this house so cheap? Well, the last owners died. The ones before them also, I think they died.
Yeah.
And then
guy across the road's having an affair with this girl.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama and screaming.
Yeah, so people often scream in the middle of the street and yell. And
there's also a camera crew here all the time filming it all.
Annoying.
But it's just like, no one just like lives on the street down the road. There's also Dave. He just lives on Kennedy Street.
Yeah.
He's just up there.
Oh, we don't go there.
We don't go there. We don't leave the street.
We don't go there.
Anyway, all right. Should we?
What do you guys, or they never go like, what are you guys doing this week? Oh, we're hanging out with our cousins in another suburb.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like in Erinsborough North? No, like not even in Erinsborough at all.
Yeah, other side of Melbourne.
Yeah. You heard of it?
Fun fact, Erinsborough, which is the suburb of Neighbours, is an anagram of Neighbours. Did you know that?
No.
You're just figuring that out, aren't you? Erinsborough is an anagram of Neighbours. Write it down.
Erinsborough?
Yeah.
It feels like it has more letters.
Maybe it's neighbourhood, but it's definitely an anagram of something to do with neighbours.
Wow. You know what? I'm not even going to check. That's great.
I'm not even going to check.
And I'm going to repeat it to
I
someone
don't know
else,
if that's a compliment or a dismissal. I'm so in belief of this, I'm not going to check.
Yeah. either 100% believe you or I don't care at all. Yeah. So choose whatever you think. I'm not even going to check. It could be either. It could be both. I might believe you and don't care.
It's a great power move to put on it. If someone tells you a fact, just say, I'm not even going to check.
I'm not even going to fact check that.
Actually, Claire had a funny power move that she said once that like she was like, you should send this to Hamish and Andy, but I'll just tell it here anyway.
Yeah.
But once, like obviously before she met me, she was on a date with a guy, and the guy was like, oh, he was a bit of like a kind of tradey bogan type, which is fine. But he was like, oh, what do you do for work? And Claire goes, oh, I work at a hospital. And keep in mind, Claire studied to do what she does. She wanted to do this as a job. And the guy just responds on a date, oh, that sucks. Don't you think that's such a mean?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and she was like, no, like I wanted to do that.
What the fuck? That is so funny.
So try that one out. If someone tells you tells you what they do for work, oh, that sucks. Sorry, man.
I'm a comedian. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, man.
So there you go.
That's really funny.
If anyone wants to send that in to Hamish and Andy, just feel free to do it. Yeah.
What do you? So I'm in like marketing for like a pretty big, software firm. Oh, that sucks. Sorry.
No, I really like it. It's good pay, good conditions. Like it's a really good job.
Oh man. Really? What do you do? Oh, I run kind of the events for Red Bull in Australia and New Zealand.
That sucks.
Sorry. It sucks.
All right, let's pick up from Mr. Charger. I hate you all so much, idiots.
Idiots. Mr. Charger said to them in one afternoon as they sat on the humping hillow, "You sit on that like I sit on a dick. I'm bi."
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, that's great.
You sit on that like I sit on a dick. I'm bi. Blayde. Also, then also it just goes to. Sorry, it goes Blayde : like it's a line in a script now.
Yeah, okay.
Blayde. Well, you're bi. How about bye-bye? He said, winking and nodding at the boys, who laughed and clapped. Blayde was their hero.
Those are the zinger gags that the book previously mentioned. Blayde
sit on that like a dick. I'm bi. Well, you're bi. How about bye-bye?
What I like about it is it's not even remotely homophobic or biphobic. It just it's just a play on the word bi.
How about bye-bye?
It's quite progressive.
And the boys all laughed and clapped.
Wow.
Blayde was their hero and was always there to save the day. Even Derrick was a fan. Yeah, why wouldn't he be? Now, Derrickson, said Blayde when Derrick had come for help with the second task. Please excuse me if my mind is a bit all over the place. I've just come from the humping hillow where I made a great play on words joke about Mr. Charger being bi, where I said bye-bye.
It's just so much. My mind is all over the place.
I just
can't stop thinking about it.
reliving it. And,
I think I have done better, but then I think, no, that was the best possible option.
Said that, everyone laughed. There was applause and I don't get it, Derrick said. Someday you'll understand, young Padawan, Blayde said.
Which is a Star Wars trainee.
I don't know what that is, Derrick said. Okay. Look outside this window, Derrick. Go on, look, Blayde said. Derrick walked toward the window and did a 180-degree spin so his back was facing the window. No, face the other way, Derrick. Oh, so Derrick turning again to face the window. So, ridiculous. Go and look out the window. He walks up to it and then turns around. No one does that.
But I think the way you read Blayde's line, which is no, face the other way, I think you did in like a... How did you read that? Read it.
I think it said, no, face the other way, Derrick.
Yeah, I think it's actually like... I think Blayde's like, no, face the other way, Derrick. Like he's like correcting him gently. But anyway, whatever, however you interpret it.
Hey, well, that's okay. No, that's good. That's fine, yeah. It's fine, I guess.
So Derrick faces the window.
Oh, yeah, facing the window. Everything the light touches is our kingdom, Blayde said. Just from
Lion King. Yeah. Simba has appeared in the book before. Or Mufasa didn't he? In one of the books.
Yes, but I must read on.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, that's my dad's line. said Simba.
Why are you young Simba?
I don't know.
Do you revert to young Simba?
Well, he did say that's my. I think because I read it and said that's my dad's line.
But Mufasa's still his dad.
Hey,
whether he,
that's my dad. What is Simba's?
It's what's his name? Not Michael J. Fox.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Can you read it? Then?
Hey, that's my dad's line. I actually think that was really good.
That was really good. Actually,
thanks, man.
Said Simba. Go away, Simba. I've had enough of you and your daddy issues. You claim you're a lion, but I'd be lying if I agreed with you. Blayde did the winking thing and nodding at the audience, who applauded, and Simba scurried off. Fuck. So Simba's just appeared and then scurries away.
Scurried away, yeah.
Blayde, thank you so much for mentoring me, said Derrick. Take a seat, Derrickson, Blayde said, gesturing at the chair behind his desk. Blayde sat on the other side, shuffling some of the papers on his desk before looking at Derrick. Again, Derrick noticed the man with the turban in a photograph.
Interesting.
Sir, that man with the turban, who is he? Derrick asks. Many years ago he taught at Hogwarts. He ended up being possessed by Voldemort.
So it is.
It's
so I guess
Quirrell.
And I like that. This is like in Star Wars Episode 7 when Han Solo comes back and you're like, oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to watch those again.
Cool. Cool.
Many years he taught at Hogwarts. He ended up being possessed by Voldemort, who found a place on the back of his head, which was only revealed at the end of the book. His name was Quirrell.
Wow.
You see, times are dark right now. The Phantom Farter is right, Derrickson. He who must not be named will be returning at the end of the year. It's basically a sure thing.
I love in Harry Potter, it's like he might, the Dark Lord could return at any time. Yeah. It's like, no, he will return at the end of this year.
Yeah, we might as well have as much fun as we can. Yeah. In fact, the Magilympics feels like it has been set up specifically to lure you to your death for some reason. It's almost exactly the same as in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You see, I've been doing a lot of thinking after reviewing the events of the last few years. In your first year, you may remember that Mr. Charger had Voldemort on the back of his bum, Derrick interjected.
Wow, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah. I think it's in the first book or so of this.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I feel like they'd mention
Simba?
The Harry Potter books. And Simba. But now it's like everything's like, remember the books?
Yeah, true. The first one feels like, dare I say it, more grounded in some kind of reality.
I feel like we would go, we'd be like, oh, maybe the books exist in the universe. Well, it's so clear.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Daniel Radcliffe was mentioned in the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, in the last chapter.
Yes, because
but then Harry say, I never thought Daniel Radcliffe was a good representative of me or something.
So it's almost like the books were written as like a factual...
well, I think that is it.
So the books are written as a factual retelling
of what happened. And I guess we're led to believe that they made their way to the Muggle world and the Muggle world thinks that they're fiction.
Yes, and
possibly.
then they've made movies about that, about their lives. Like, oh, well, that's not quite as how it happened. But yeah.
Which is kind of like the Bible. Like, I'm sure if Jesus came back and read the Bible, he'd be like, oh,
well,
I didn't actually turn water into wine.
Or Jesus would be like, wow. I mean, and like in movies, we're like, you know, they've really put me as a white guy with long hair.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
I was from the Middle East.
Yeah, I was born in the Middle East. So that's, they haven't really cast that.
You know what else I was saying as I thought of as a joke the other day is like, you know how everyone makes fun of how like after Harry Potter had ended, J.K. Rowling just announced that Dumbledore was gay the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, is there, like, just to brainstorm a comedy bit, is there a bit in like, so John, who wrote fucking the Gospel of John, comes out and just now goes, oh, by the way, Jesus was gay.
He was gay the whole time.
He was gay the whole time. Like,
oh, yeah.
How much does that change?
Yeah. They're like, oh, we found John's like the last page of the Gospel was stuck together.
Yeah. And the last verse of the Bible is also, Jesus was gay.
Jesus was gay.
Wow. And then everyone's like, well, that's non-canon. That's non-canon.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, John said it. He wrote it.
It kind of makes sense in a way, doesn't it?
I think we're the only podcast
There's 12 blokes he's always hanging out with.
Yeah, that's it. Mary Magdalene was clearly into him, but he didn't give her anything.
She was bi.
She must have been bi. And bye to her. And back to the book. Okay. I was going to say, I think we're the only podcast in the country that is non-Christian at all. Like, we're not in any way
we're the
religious.
We're the only non-Christian podcast.
No. The only non-Christian podcast that actively discusses the Bible.
Probably most weeks.
Way, just because we went to Catholic school.
Yeah. We do mention it most weeks, don't we? On that, not on that, but something Mel and I watched recently. It's called Say Nothing.
Oh.
It's about
movie?
TV show about the Troubles.
Oh,
man.
Claire would love that. Yeah. She grew up in Ireland.
I know.
Or maybe she'd hate it.
Well, it's just that is based on, like, it's based on, the people are still, some of the people are still alive that it's based on.
Wow. Okay.
So they're kind of like, no, that's not how it happened. But that's because some of them deny that they were involved. Some of the stuff they did, but there's like key witnesses that are, oh man. So that's the kind of the similar thing of Harry going, hey, that wasn't like what I did, but it's awesome.
It's kind of like if Osama bin Laden watched a 9/11 documentary. It's like, well, that didn't happen. Yeah. Come on. We weren't that good. Yeah. But we didn't plan that. No, that's disrespectful, but anyway.
We actually didn't think of the 911 thing. We didn't think that.
Guys, let me let you in on a huge secret. Huge coincidence.
Yeah.
Did not think. We didn't even know. We didn't know the emergency number.
Yeah. It was actually meant to be on 8:26.
Yeah, we were just running late.
Yeah.
But anyway.
My daughter had a concert, and I was like, well, I can't miss that. Push it back a couple of weeks.
It's what good parents do.
Exactly.
I put everything on hold for my kids.
Yeah. And I mean, you say that 6-year-olds shouldn't do Swan Lake, but it was okay. Actually okay.
Okay. Mr. Charger. Oh, sorry. Blayde.
Voldemort
was on the back of his bum.
Derrick interjected. Precisely. Curiously, a sequence of events seems to be in place that almost seems to be mirroring the events of Harry Potter's time at Hogwarts, which, as you know, were published as books and then made into several feature films.
Okay, well, that's what we were just talking about.
We're just talking about that, so we are sorry to the people that... This is more proof we don't read ahead, because otherwise I would have said, we're about to talk about that. Anyway, he continues. Side note, I just felt like Daniel Radcliffe's heart wasn't really in it in some of those last ones. The only thing is, these events seem to be humorous in nature and seem to be almost some kind of strange parody of Harry's original adventures. But if we can map out what's happening here, then yes, Voldemort will return. The only question is, who's the moody this time? Blayde remarked.
So Blayde has basically now, in universe, figured out what we know of there is sort of a mirror character for everything that happened in the original HP.
Hopefully he doesn't figure out somehow through his investigations who you and I are. Seems to be there's...
Suddenly there's a knock on the door.
Mike and Sam who are curiously...
All I have to do is get them to stop doing that podcast.
Yes. Get them to read something else instead. Some papers I've just written up now. we reread them. It's like, Blayde gets sucked off. What? Okay. Who's the moody this time? Blayde remarked, shuffling the pages in his hand again.
Oh, and that's why must be called the Eye and the Turban.
Okay.
Mad Eye Moody.
Oh, gotcha.
Possibly.
And Quirrell. Oh, so Mad Eye and Quirrell. Kind of the.
I guess. Yeah.
Turning the page around to another photo of a large man with Mike with what appeared to be some kind of magical eye patch.
Wow. Well, and that is either a wizard Jack Sparrow or Mad Eye Moody.
True.
It's unclear at this stage.
I really hope there's a big part for Johnny Depp to play in this book.
Me too.
My money's on Fungorius.
Okay.
He's suspicious, abusive to his son. I love that everyone's just like, yeah, he's abusive to his son. And we'll just go past that.
Yeah.
Conveniently disappearing whenever the Phantom strikes. Maybe he just has problems where he needs to often poo right at that very moment and has to rush off to the toilet, but doesn't let anyone know because it would be understandably embarrassing for him, Derrick interjected.
That's a fair explanation, I guess.
That is. Derrickson, they cured poopy poo pants disease in 2029.
Poopy poo pants.
They cured poopy poo pants disease in 2029.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Only 4 more years.
Only 4 more years of shitting yourself?
Yeah.
Will Anderson's going to have to stop touring that show in 4 or 5 years where he asks people to shit himself.
But that being said, that disease that Derrick has described that is in at least at this point of time is now called poopy pants. Sounds a bit like IBS.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they've renamed it, obviously. Yeah. Maybe to make it sound less serious.
Yeah.
I got a bit of poopy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the bubonic plague. That sounds a bit fun.
It's fun. Cool. Oh, it's bubonic. Cool.
Because I think it was called the Black Death. Like, that sounds a bit serious.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Bubonic plague. That sounds fun.
It's fine.
Poopy pants. Oh, it wasn't that serious.
I'm just heading to the doctor. Oh, you all right? Yeah, I just got poopy pants.
Oh, I thought they cured that.
Yeah.
But I
you never really cure
the
it.
vaccines. I don't think they're good for you.
I don't want to use them.
I think they're causing other issues. Derrickson, they cured poopy pants disease in 2029. Do some basic reading on magical medicine for Christ's sake. Blayde said. Now, enough of this. The golden poo. What have you done with it? Have you figured it out? No, Derrick said. Have you tried anything? Blayde asked. Well, the only thing I tried was... it's stupid, Derrick replied. Tell me, boy, Blayde said. I thought maybe I had to put it in my bum. So I did, Derrick said. He thought he had to put the golden poop in his bum.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's fair. Well, what else would you do? Eat it?
Well, no.
Yeah, well, there you go. Where does poo go? In a bum.
Yeah. Right, Blayde said. And it's still there, Derrick said. I see, Blayde said. And I can't get it out. And it's stuck, Derrick said. Well, that's just silly, Blayde said. Silly, yes. Idiotic, yes, Derrick said. The PA sounded. Excuse this interruption, staff and students. Just a reminder that Blayde waved his hand and muted the PA. I hate that he does that, Derrickson. Oh, nice. Derrick smiled. Blayde always knew how to make him feel better. So he's got a golden poo up his bum.
Yeah. Now, for me, it feels like maybe the poos are like fossilized or like how they're no longer squishy, I guess.
I imagine
or
that
soft
from the time that they were
they would dry up
gold.
A bit. True. Gold is a metal, to be fair.
Yeah. So that could have been a bit liquefied, but I feel like at room temperature it's solid.
It's solid, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay.
And if you heat it enough, it melts into diarrhea and then evaporates into fart. Totally. The three states of matter. Fecal matter.
What is the metal with the lowest boiling point?
Water? Fluoride?
What is the metal?
Sorry, silver?
No.
Is it something I'd guess?
Yeah.
Or bronze?
No.
Bargon?
No.
Argon?
No. Bargon is not one.
Heavy metal?
Face melting.
Yeah, baby.
What did I say? What was my question?
What's the lowest?
Oh, yeah, boiling point. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like
you want to just tell me?
Yeah, but I feel like you could think of it. Okay, it is...
mercury.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not even going to look that up. Now, you figure out if I care or if I just believe you.
I think you just believe me.
Now that you say it, it is very obvious.
Well, it's not very obvious.
It is. Obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah. All right, Blayde. I'm not really supposed to help you. I could give you all the answers, but it wouldn't be fair. So instead, I have to lead you to the answer. The answer? I can't decide whether I'm saying answer or answer with this guy. With the answer, with some kind of cryptic or stupidly complex method. So I'm going to give you this. Do with it what you will, Blayde said. I like that sentence. I like do with that what you will. I just like it as something to say.
That you know what? Do with it what you will feels like I'm not even going to look it up.
Do with that what you will.
Have this. I don't care. Either I don't care what you do with it, or if you don't figure it out, just do with it what you will.
Yeah. Do with it what you will, Blayde said, reaching into his top drawer. I just thought I was going to say top hat. Top drawer and shuffling through more papers. Derrick noticed another photo of a man with long, slick, black hair and a pointed nose that he knew he had seen before, possibly in those Harry Potter movies they were talking about earlier.
So that's
Snape, we
assume, yeah.
he reached over and handed...
Or Johnny Depp.
Or Johnny Depp. It is so true. Either. He reached over and handed Derrick what appeared to be a blank piece of old, dirty parchment.
Oh.
Is this to wipe my bum after I poo out the golden poo? Said Derrick. Derrickson, I said do with it what you will, but don't do that, Blayde said. Just take a look at it. See what happens. Oh, is this one of those dirty magazines? Because Dimmy has told me heaps about boobs, said Derrick. Suddenly, the door to Blayde's office sprung open and Harry Potter cramered his way into the room with the audience applauding. That Derrick is a disgrace to all wizards. Oh, sorry, I had to run all this way because there's a problem with your PA system.
Okay, so
didn't want the message.
On the last page,
it says,
Harry's done a PA message and he knows that Blayde's turned it down. So he's run all this way.
This one, that Derrick, and then he's like, hey, they've muted that. That Derrick is a disgrace to all wizards. Sorry, I had to run all this way because there was a problem with your PA system. Didn't want the message going unheard. Anyway, what are you guys up to? So I've got nothing on until 6 p.m. and I've got a dinner date with Denise. But honestly, I'd cancel that if you guys want to just hang out here for a bit. That's Denise. That's Fat Denise. That's the Denise, the fat lady.
Wow.
That's the end of the chapter.
Shit, man.
That
was a good chapter.
Yeah, that is a good. I like that chapter.
So
Blayde's really coming along as a character.
Blayde is like investigating the events of Harry Potter, and he's trying to find patterns in what is currently happening.
Yes.
And he believes that Fungorius may be the Moody. However, and a few listeners have written this in, and we'll get to it on our next hour post. So please send in some hours.
We sure will.
A few people have been saying, well, Blayde is the one helping Derrick, and Moody was the one helping Harry. So is Blayde the one who is the Moody? And with that, and you know what? I'm not even going to look it up. So,
Who's Moody?
Who's Moody? Awesome. Great to be back, Sam, after our hiatus.
Yes. Oh my God. It was a terrible week, wasn't it?
Oh,
for all the listeners. I actually was like, I wonder what I'm going to listen to this week. I wonder who's going to be reading this chapter.
Yeah.
And what'll be my ears. Didn't get anything. But actually, you know what? I'm glad because then they would have been reading this, not me.
And this was a funny, great chapter.
Yeah.
And sometimes when a guest comes in, to be honest, like they are so unfamiliar with everything that's going on that they just like, you just read it so well.
Maybe we need that 2-on-1 though, so that we can explain it.
Yeah.
To them.
Yes, that's right.
And just kind of get a bit of a majority rules when they say, this is so weird. And we say, no, it's not. It's normal.
It's normal.
It's a normal book.
And Sam, with that, I'm going to urge the listeners to jump on Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. I'm going to urge the listeners to go to your comedy show.
Please. Oh my God,
comedyfestival.com.au.
It's really soon.
It's very good. It's really soon and it's really good.
I would love that. Please come along, everyone. Tickets are selling pretty well, but please buy
Keep
more.
Buying them.
I'm not sure what line to walk here. Do I just say I'm desperate for you to come?
You're not desperate, but
I'm not.
People to...
I'm not, but I want more people to come.
Here's the thing. We would love for people who listen to the pod to come. And if you don't, maybe find another podcast. No, don't do that. Please listen. Please listen. Please. No, we were joking. Oh my God, we were joking.
The eye and the turban.
Bam, bam, bam. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
All right. Goodbye,
Hamoris. Bam, bam, bam. I can't hit that note. Bam, 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 bam.
Rising up.
Bam.
Back on the street. Got my eye, got my turban. Bam, bam, bam. Went the distance, now I'm going to teach the kids about Voldemort. It's the eye and the turban. It's a chapter of the book we're gonna read it tonight with Sam and Mike. It's the eye and the turban.